I think most of us went to get snack, go and get tea, everything. Suddenly one shot, go already. Then you're like, oh, that's how it is.
If you want, like, it's like, to be honest, in a game of that magnitude, right, in order to make a statement, right, what better way to do it in the first minute?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Futbol Kaki. I am your host, Haaland, and I am joined by my fellow Kaki bro, Paul. Paul, how are you doing, brother?
Good, brother. Long weekend. Not really a long weekend, but weekend of heavy sports. We managed to watch the race and the EPL finale.
Yeah, the EPL finale was more, I would say, like just like how our episode title is called. It's called a Fourgone Conclusion, like Fourgone Conclusion. I think everybody predicted that it was going to be City winning the league title. I think
that's right. Yep.
I think we will talk about it, but just say that after 2 minutes, you already knew what was going to happen already. So, the other news was that Ferrari threw it away again in F1 World. I'm very disappointed.
Why am I not surprised?
Bro, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just very... I don't know.
Can I just say
it was... I was... got their issues, Ferrari also had their issues.
Like, can I just say that I think if there was like maybe half a lap more, I think Norris would have gotten him.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, right, like that whole race, right, I was like, okay, Ferrari's got a chance. Then he go in, the moment he missed the chicane by locking up, right? I was like, oh, he's not gonna catch that car already.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point.
Yeah, it was a close race for Norris. He could have made it like back-to-back wins,
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It is coming true, but the EPL season has officially concluded. And the champions are, of course, Manchester City, coming up 3-1 victors over West Ham. Arsenal did their best throughout the season, right? And it ended up with a 2-1 victory over Everton, which was a bit clumsy, but we shall see, right? So, bro, you really go into this. We're going to talk about the EPL and some of our thoughts about the season are like best teams, worst teams, and everything like that. So, bro, you really get into it?
Let's do it, brother.
All right. So, as of today, mancity call themselves the EPL champions for the 4th consecutive season in a row. A feat never achieved by anybody else. The only team that has ever done or gotten close, right, was Man United between 1999 and 2001. And then, of course, 2007, 2009, where they won 3 in a row, but they never got to a 4th. City is the first team to do it. They did it in style. Foden, what a goal.
Yeah,
I think
bro.
that already told you that.
In that first minute.
Yeah, bro. It was like, oh, okay. I think most of us went to get snack, go and get tea, everything. Suddenly one shot, go already. Then you're like, oh, that's how it is.
If you want, like, it's like, to be honest, in a game of that magnitude, right, in order to make a statement, right, what better way to do it in the first minute? In that manner, right?
Correct, yeah. And like, I think City won the league 4 times on the last day already, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Of the 6, right? No, of the few times. So it's like, I think it was 10-11, 11-12 to when Aguero scored. And after that, I think it was the 2 times against Liverpool. And then it was yesterday.
Correct.
They've really done 4 times already. That heartbreak, I feel right, like, honest, I'm sorry to Arsenal fans, right? This heartbreak is not as bad as the rest.
Yeah, I was telling me that also, that as compared to Man United and Liverpool, where at some point in the last game, we were winning the league.
Yes.
Or like Man U were winning, I think for like 90 minutes. Liverpool was winning for about 80 minutes.
Yep.
To see it gone just like that in the like, yeah, I feel it's even more heartbreaking than what Arsenal fans felt yesterday.
Yeah, I mean it's sad because I feel that if you were to lose the title on points, right, or like basically prior to the season period, then you can only look at it and go like, okay, I've done what I could already. But the way that I will still say I don't want to be bad, but the way that we lost it in 2011-2012, right, will never ever be matched. We were literally declared champions, and then about 30 seconds later, Aguero scored.
Yeah. I think, apples and oranges, but yeah, I think it just shows how much league experience City has.
Yeah, and we were all, I think most of us already, all football fans were already saying that, like, title running City is a different City altogether. Like, no matter how many people want them to drop points, right, they never ever do in a critical point. And the worst part about this, right, is that basically there are points in the season, right, where Arsenal lost the title. I think the majority of it was that because of the points is the loss to Aston Villa and the loss to Fulham. Had they won one of those games, right, they win the league.
Yeah, but did you hear what Rodri said?
I heard.
He said it's because they decided to play for a draw at the Etihad.
Yeah, dude. It's the killer instinct lah.
No, bro. I feel that in that moment, right, I would have done the same thing.
No, honest, right? Like I'm always for the type of thing, right, where like I go for the win. That is what to me, right? It's like if it's your rival, right, you don't need to embarrass your rival. You just need to beat your rival. I will not settle for a draw.
But if they are like two times better than you,
just go for the win, what, bro? What else? What is gonna lose? I would rather
you will lose 3 points, and if it's
I rather try to win, and then try to pull off something.
No. In that situation, Arsenal was ahead, so I will do whatever it takes to keep City behind me.
Yeah lah, you win lah.
No, I draw this. They are losing points also. You get what I mean, right?
Losing points,
yeah.
But then if you win, right, you get another plus 2. What?
Draw.
Okay, honestly, if you think about it, right, if they had beaten City, right, they would have won the league. What?
Bro, I can say the same thing. If they drew with Aston Villa, they win the league already.
Correct. That's what I've been saying already. What? I said that the majority points, right? But
what is easier? I think it's definitely easier to. I think it's definitely easier to draw against Aston Villa than to beat City. What?
But you can actually do your best to actually try to win. What?
No. I still feel that it was a very calculated risk. Like Mourinho did that so many times at Man United, even at Chelsea also. So many times he did that.
He did that, right? But you must understand, right? He had the best team in the entire league when he did that.
Arsenal also. I mean, like they did play well, lah. Yeah,
Arsenal is like
they deserve the league. I feel.
To me, it's like if you wanna be the best team, you got to beat the best team.
They did not lose to City. Did they lose?
They didn't lah. But they didn't win.
They beat City in the first game. What?
But they didn't. I mean, like they didn't win the title in the end. What?
Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't feel that I feel that that's not the game that they lost the title.
They lost the title is the Aston Villa game.
Aston Villa game for sure. Or one of the West Ham and Fulham game.
I would say it's the Aston Villa, West Ham and Fulham because they lost twice in December, man.
Yeah, that was but it was so far away, you get what I mean?
Correct.
I find that the Villa game was the one that killed them.
Because if you were to think about it, right, the Villa game killed them, right, but they were almost perfect for the rest of the season. Aside from the City draw.
No, from January until now, the only Villa game was the only loss. Yeah, so I felt that was the one that killed them.
Correct. And they were scoring a lot of goals, right? Then suddenly out of nowhere, it just City became City lah. So City won the league. I will say lah. Like even though everybody knew that it was gonna happen, right? They go by West Ham lah.
Yeah, I felt that it was a freakish goal that even as a City player, you try to close down, right? He will still score one.
Yeah, because it's just out of nowhere one. It's like
no, it's rule number 1 is you don't let the player bounce the ball again on his back some more. But it was a good goal lah for sure.
It was a damn nice goal. I was like, like not bad.
And then who else scored again? Phil Foden, right? No, Foden scored twice first.
No,
then
Foden already scored 2 prior to the time Kudu scored. Then Rodri scores.
Again.
Yes, again. Big game Rodri.
Big game player. Yep.
Big game player, big game Rodri.
Bro, let me read out a fun fact to you, okay?
What?
So with this 4 in a row, Kevin De Bruyne, Ederson, Foden, Silva, Stones, and Walker, right, have 6 Premier League titles.
Yeah.
And then that is more than Peter Schmeichel, Andy Cole, Wes Brown, John Terry, Michael Carrick, Patrice Evra, Darren Fletcher, Wayne Rooney, Vidic, Aguero, yeah. And the rest lah, like by extension, Cantona, blah blah blah. But they with 6 titles, right? They are tied with like David Beckham, Nicky Butt, Phil Neville, Solskjaer,
yeah.
Ferdinand.
The only ones that have more, I think, if I'm not wrong, is Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville.
Yep, and Dennis Irwin and Roy Keane.
Keane got 7, right?
Keane got 7, yep. But the fact that players like Phil Foden at age 24 have 6 titles already. Yeah.
Correct. But I will say this lah, like having 6, right, is one thing lah. Having 13 is another thing. Giggs got 13.
Yeah, only Giggs was there from the beginning, right?
Giggs got 13. Like 13,
Giggs
right,
and Scholes was 2 years later.
Correct. But you know all the controversy now, right? Like, do you see like 5 UK?
What's that?
The latest video title.
No.
115 ways to win the league.
just replicate that, right? I mean, as long as this case doesn't get solved, right, it will forever be in question. So if they are found not guilty, then we have to suck thumb and give them the credit lah. But I do believe that some of the 115 charges are true lah. I definitely not all. They're not clean of everything.
I will say this lah. City will always have this asterisk lah.
Yep. It's true. Yeah, it's no issue. I feel that, like I said, as long as this case doesn't get solved, or the moment they are found not guilty, then okay, then it will be clean, you know.
Yep.
But everybody knows that they cheated, lah. So
Yeah, I know. And it's proven that they cheated already because of all the financial documentation, right? But we shall move on. We shall give City where the credit is due, right? Regardless of whether they get the 150 or not, right? This season they played well.
Yep.
Considering the fact
they
that
played well enough.
They didn't blink. The other two blink. Because at the end of the day, right, like we were talking about it for like the past few months, right? It's like the first one to blink is the one that will lose. And all City had to do is win. And they won every single game.
Bro, the last game City lost, right, was game week 15.
Yeah. and I also feel like it's bad also because like it's bad for I think because City had 28 shots, West Ham only had 3. I think West Ham just literally like I just gotta get out of the way. Yeah.
And what better way to show the world, right, that Declan Rice, you're not leaving to a title winning team.
Yep.
At bottom line, we all knew that from the start of the final day, City just had to do their business and they were done.
Yep. So moving on, the closest rival that City had was of course Arsenal. Arsenal losing the title all the way down on the last day, even though they did their best. Arsenal, I think everybody can pinpoint basically the Villa loss lah. The Villa loss and of course the loss to Fulham and everything. Arsenal officially finished the season 2 points behind City. A win in any of the other games would have given them the title already lah. But they lost. So that is the conclusion. They beat Everton 2-1. They trailed thanks to a free kick from Idrissa Ganagay. And then after that, they fought back to get the 2 winner with goals from Tomiyasu and of course, I think it was it Martinelli? Was it
Havertz?
Havertz, right? I mean, Tomiyasu Havertz, right? And they left it late lah. But the fact that they nearly like bottled it. Even let's say for example in a situation where City really dropped points, right? They maybe couldn't have won the title.
Yeah. No, but I do have a feeling, right, that the moment City score, right, like the first minute, right, they confirm here the players will have heard it that City is leading already. So I think it's in a way it's a mental thing also.
Alright.
Yeah. Plus I think Everton was not a easy team to play against. They feel quite physical, you know. Doucouré, Onana, Ganagay, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Just like monsters running around the field, you know. Yeah.
Correct. And it was the same thing, like it's like 26 shots to 5. Everton just basically tried to get out of the way, but Everton did cause problems. But do you see the funniest thing that happened like during the game?
What? Oh, somebody
go and spread a rumor saying that the
West Ham equalized,
right? Then the whole stadium celebrated. Then it was actually just
bro, it's a typical final day trolling lah.
Yeah, dude.
Then they were so happy, they were like
But then it actually didn't happen. Then all of us were like, huh? Did it really happen? Then actually
no, it's like because I had 2 screens, right? Then I was like, I'm clearly seeing it's 2-1 still. Whatever that gives them hope, they will definitely take it. As an Arsenal fan. Yeah.
I mean, honest lah. Any other year, 89 points, you win the league. But then again, with Man City, right, we've been saying that any other year, you win the league already.
Yeah, no, we were saying like if with this City team, you get 89, they will get 90 or 91.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine?
Like Liverpool got 97, they get 100, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, I remember, right, it was what? Liverpool got 92, City got 93 in the 21-22.
Yeah.
Then I think it was 2017, 2018. Man United get 81, right? City get 100. Then 18-19, Liverpool get 97, City get 98. Like, any other year, right? You win the league.
Yeah, man, comfortably, right?
And you must put this into context, Like 16-17, right? Chelsea got 93 points, right? 15-16, right? When Leicester won the league, Leicester won the league with 81 points. The same tally, right? That United had, right? When the Centurion City happened.
Yeah, so that year we will have won the league.
But it is what it is.
I feel that every year is different. Yeah, every year is different. Every year has their own ups and downs. Some years, like the highest point was so low. Like let's see that Leicester year 81 was so low.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it means like teams like Man City lost like 5-6 games or more than that. You know.
Correct. Because it was after the Leicester year, right? It was
then Pep came in, right?
Yeah, then it was after the Leicester year, right? It was Chelsea won with 93. Then after that, it was City 100, City 98, Liverpool 99, City 86, then City 93, City 89, City 91. So you're talking about like almost like 90 points plus on a regular season basis.
Just from that one Leicester season difference.
Correct.
But I felt that year a lot of teams went through like manager change. So like at the time Pep haven't come in,
Correct.
United was going to sack Wenger.
No, I thought Pep came in that year.
No, Pep was the
year
his
after,
first year. His first year was the same year Mourinho came.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Because I don't remember Wenger going against Pep.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, you calculate it lah, like 90 plus points to win the league.
Yeah, I tell you already, bro. Every year is different. We can't say it like that. Yeah, every year is different.
Correct. But at the end of the day, right, like 89 and 91, at the end of the day, Arsenal still lose the title, City won the title, and it is what it is lah. Like fair play to Arsenal, they had a good season this year, but it's what happens when your best season, right, is not good enough. Which is sad.
Do you think they win? Do you think they win next year, or City will win next year?
I don't think so. I think honest, right, like if
it really depends on how the transfers go.
Correct. It goes on how on the transfers go, and also it goes basically on Liverpool's transition.
No, I don't think you can put Liverpool in this moment.
No,
I think it's just between
Liverpool's
Arsenal and
right?
City. Yeah.
And it also goes to basically down to whether Arsenal are going to do what I've been saying that they've been need to do. They need to get a striker.
I think they will.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they will, right? Even though they've got a goal difference of plus 51, right? They still need a striker. Because what happened this season, right, where everybody else is contributing, right, does not happen every year. You still need.
Yeah, but they had no issue scoring goals, bro.
They didn't. But the thing is that it's the type of thing, right, where it's not going to happen every year because everybody contributes.
Yeah. It's like this. Maybe this year is an overachieving season.
It's an overachieving thing, right? But the next year, right, it may be a year where like everybody's not the goal scoring is not going to be as high. What happens if one day, right, everybody else's goals dry up? You still need somebody to score goals.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a tough situation where like you still have to counter the fact that you cannot rely on the present to look forward to the future. You have to build for your future already. Which I think Arsenal still at this day, right? They need a striker. Because the midfield is really good. The defense is probably the best in the league. You just need that.
Then what if they buy a striker? Then what happens to Havertz?
Bencher. I honestly feel right, I still think that Havertz is not a striker.
Yeah.
To me, he's not a striker. He could be a good backup to a backup striker or maybe a good substitute for Odegaard. But he's not the striker. The guy that can grind out the goal out of nowhere. Like the Haaland equivalent that Arsenal need to get lah.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what it's right. But moving on, I think what we're gonna talk about is that it's been a brilliant season. I think all of us can't deny that. It's first time we actually have a 3-horse title race. But it was a bit anticlimactic after Liverpool lost to Crystal Palace. So and Everton. So what we're gonna do, right, is that, bro, I'm gonna throw these 3 things out to you. I'm gonna ask you, right, what was your surprise team of the year, your underperforming team, and of course the player of the season. Then of course we'll move on to our match of the week, which of course is the FA Cup final between the Manchester United and Manchester City. So bro, what was the team that surprised you this year?
I would not say like Aston Villa because we all knew their trajectory was going up.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say honestly, right, Crystal Palace.
Oh, why?
Do you see the amount of games they won just because from this new manager that they appointed? Okay, if you look at Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah.
At one point, I think they were in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
Right. But if you look at their their record, right? In the past 7 games, right, they won 7, drew 1 only.
Yeah, which is.
And then do you know, right? Bayern Munich, right, tried to poach their manager.
Oh, this one I didn't know.
Yeah, and they asked for 100 million, but in which they didn't get lah. So okay, in 8 games, right, they scored 19. In 8 games, okay lah, which is not bad. Which is not
that bad lah. I mean, like it's about 2 goals, 2 point something goals a game lah.
Yeah,
which is not too bad. But considering where they were, right, it's quite mad.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, let's say for example, they won what, 7 in the last 8.
Yes, they were unbeaten in 8 games, bro.
Yeah. Prior to that, right, they only had 5 wins.
Exactly. So, and in these 8 games, they basically beat Liverpool, Newcastle, Man U, Aston Villa. 3 of the 4 of the teams that I spoke with, like top 7, top 8 teams.
Yeah, correct. And considering the fact that if they were that bad, right, they actually finished the season in 10th.
Yep. And there's a reason why there's so many people going after their players now.
Even if they weren't already they weren't planning to go there before, right, the value of them increased already.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I know, definitely. Like Eze and Michael Olise is the one that is question mark for a lot of people right now.
For sure, bro.
That's the one, right? But considering what they are, right, I do kind of agree. I think for me, right, the team that surprised me, right, honestly, right, I won't say it's a positive surprise. I would say it's Spurs. Because they surprised me to do so well in the season, right? Then after
after losing Harry Kane. Yep.
Yeah. After losing Harry Kane, right? Like they
And
did
this
really well at the beginning of the season.
Postecoglou that has like no, like nobody knew much about him, right?
Not really lah. He's a badass lah. Like the
He's a badass,
the drive, the determination, the standards that he set, right? Like I feel that if he were to get a job from any other club, right, in the next 2 to 3 years, a bigger club, right, I won't be surprised. But the thing is that there were a period of time when Spurs were top of the table, right? Remember the beginning of the season, the season, right? Then suddenly they started losing, and then after that, it just went all downhill. After that, after they lost Madison, and I think the period where they lost Mickey Van de Ven.
Van de Ven, yeah.
Yeah. Everything just went downhill from there, right? And it surprised me because, like, I thought Spurs would be better, but I was shocked at how bad the fall was.
Yeah. But I think they overall they did well in the sense that they still have Europa League.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if you were to ask you, like, if you thought at the beginning of the season with the form they were finished with 66 points, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, after they basically didn't even replace Harry Kane.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. So I think it's still a very tremendous feat for them to be 5th place.
I do agree lah, but honestly, they should have been the 4th team in the Champions League. It shouldn't be Aston Villa. Like honest. Based on the overarching like career of the table and the form they should have been in. They lost a lot of points.
Unnecessary games, yeah.
Unnecessary. Like I think. Alright. Underperforming team of the year.
Bro, there can only be one.
I think you got the same one, right?
Yeah,
is it the 8th place team?
Yeah, it's the 8th place team, bro.
It's the 8th place team, right?
With 14 losses.
14 losses, right? The same as Newcastle, the same as West Ham, the same as Brighton, lesser than Crystal Palace.
Is this the first season we end with a negative goal difference?
I think so.
I think so, bro. Yeah, right.
Yeah. This is our worst points tally in our worst points tally, our worst amount of goals conceded, our worst amount of goals scored.
Yep. There's nothing more to top this. And I would like to apologize for my EPL predictions when I placed them second.
I would like to apologize to the world also.
Yeah. But we did predict the winners correctly though.
I mean, most of us already foresaw that it was going to be City going to win that time. I think that was what was the foregone conclusion, especially with the current form that they're in, right? But I don't think anybody predicted the Man United fall would be this bad.
Yeah, like I said, bro, they always find a way to prove you wrong.
Yeah. Like, I can tell you, right? Like, we finished 15 points lesser than last year.
I don't know, bro. And we spent, 300 million?
First of all, right, like, what? Why you buy Mason Mount? I don't understand.
I don't know lah.
We're gonna talk about Man United later, right? But I think both of us can agree that performing team of the year is Man United.
It's Man United for sure. Yeah.
Man United, I think. Okay. Who is your player of the season?
Phil Foden, brother.
Oh, serious?
Yep. To me lah.
I don't disagree.
He deserves it lah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a very close shout between him and Declan Rice. I would say Declan Rice is signing of the season, not player of the season.
No,
I would say player of the season.
Yes, I agree.
I would say player of the season is Foden.
Because he made that Arsenal team like nearly almost 100% complete.
Yep.
Defensively, they got a lot better. In terms of ball control possession, they also got more stable. Saliba and Gabriel had their best season this year.
Yep.
And I would say that Declan Rice contributed to that because of the fact that he was such a good shield in front of the defense. And the way that he distributes the ball, the way he moves the ball forward, is unbelievable. Like, to me, Declan Rice is really that important of a player, right? But in terms of player of the season, I do agree that Phil Foden is a good shot for that.
Yep.
I can't really pinpoint anybody else that had a better season other than Phil Foden.
As in,
I mean, Son
impact wise,
season,
right? Impact wise, I say maybe Cole Palmer.
No, okay. Cole Palmer, right? Like, it's a different breed altogether. Yes.
Yep.
But I also do think, right, that he's in a very bad circumstance.
Yeah, so he's an impactful player. But if your presence itself helps the team win the league, right, then you deserve it, lah. I feel lah.
Correct. It's like how to say, like, when we feel Foden, right, the moment he comes on or he's playing, right, you know it's a threat that you have to be very wary of already. And the fact that, right, like, on the big stage, biggest game of the year, right, you sealed it.
In that manner, in that fashion.
Yeah.
At 24 years old.
And he's not scared at
Yeah.
all.
That's why I feel Foden, Guardiola said that he is the most talented player he ever coached.
Yeah.
In like from academy level.
Correct.
Like even more talented than Messi. So I do feel that Foden deserves it. Yeah. And I think he has 2 Premier League hat-tricks this season. Unlike some other player that has not scored a Premier League hat-trick in his life. I just had to do it, bro. Even the Jean-Philippe Mateta has a hat-trick.
You mean the one the
believer wannabe.
The believer one. Yeah. That one I don't want to say anymore already.
Bro, just a fun fact, right? Declan Rice has same amount of goals as Marcus Rashford in this season.
And I will say this, like, you want to be treated like a superstar, play like a superstar. The fact that a defensive midfielder scored more goals than you, right, and had a better season than you, right?
And none of Declan Rice's goal was penalty.
Yeah.
How many Rashford's one was penalty?
I don't know, man. Like, everyone thing. But we still have to talk about Man United anyway. Which, of course, brings us to our match of the week, which is the FA Cup final this weekend between Manchester United and Manchester City. I don't think anybody gives Man United a shot, and I think a lot of people are thinking that Man City is going to win the double. So, yeah, what do you think?
I said it in the previous draft. Because we were recording the draft, right? Then media asked me the same question. So, what are my thoughts about this? I say it's as good as gone now, bro. Do you remember last year Eric Ten Hag did the pre-FA Cup speech?
No, bro, don't let me talk about it. Right? Eric Ten Hag, right, did not believe it.
He's our version of Robbie.
He's our version of belief. It's just that the difference is that because it's AFTV, that's why it made it a lot funnier than Eric.
Yeah, this is not even funny anymore. Right?
This is not even funny. This is just like.
Yeah, so I genuinely see there's no hope.
No,
if we have. What? I think if I'm not wrong, we're still going to play Casemiro at the back.
Huh.
Okay, even if we were to play
Kombala.
Lisandro played 60 minutes that day, right? But how certain are you he's like 100% fit?
I'm not.
You know?
But the thing is that it's the last game of the season, you got to throw everything you got.
Yeah, you got to throw everything you got. That's right. Suddenly, somebody will become available again.
Yeah, I know. He's confirmed going to be available again, but just that whether or not you can pick him right. And I will say this lah.
So if he starts him right, we are done.
In this situation, right, he picks Rashford over Ahmad again.
Or Garnacho, right? Yeah.
Or Garnacho, right? He's delusional lah.
Yeah.
Let's just call it that. Like,
plus, City is coming fresh from like winning the
league.
Yeah. So the season's not over until it's over, right? Until the last cup is won. Yep. So I do believe that City will wipe the floor with us.
You must remember, right? The last team that won the treble was us. The following season, we only won one trophy, like domestically, which was the league. And then, of course, you got the Intercontinental Cup. After that, we didn't win the Super Cup. City won the Super Cup.
Yep.
So you are talking about finishing another season, right? After a treble, right, with a double.
That's insane.
That's quite
like
crazy.
Domestic double, right?
Domestic double.
Yeah, that's quite insane. And and a Champions League semi-final, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also say like, if you think this City's team is a bit like shaky, right? Wait until they reinforce in the summer, right?
Yeah, bro.
Can you imagine if they get Cancelo back?
Will he come back?
I think he has to sort out with these issues with Pep. Even if he doesn't come back, they will probably ship him off for quite a bit.
Correct. And you must understand, like Gvardiol, right, hasn't even gotten into his prime formation position.
They honestly, they did. I think they just need like one wing back, 2 midfielders.
Yep.
They are done. They are settled.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
so I mean,
Mateus,
Mateus is a different story. I don't even think he should even be a Man City player. But we shall see. Like, I do think, right, at the end of the day, if you really think about it and you look at it, right, like this FA Cup final, right, is just basically just the king or the prince or whoever's gonna pass them the trophy is just waiting to give it to Kyle Walker.
It's true, yeah.
Legit, Like it's just foregone conclusion to go with Kyle Walker, right? So if you're a Man United team, right, if you got any pride left, just try to fight for this title, lah. If not, right, if you all lose, you all should be ashamed of yourselves, guys.
They are already going to lose, bro.
I got no doubt that they're gonna lose. But just that the thing is that the Man U fan in me already got like that 1% of hope that maybe got a chance. But then actually I know that they're gonna lose, lah.
Yep.
So we are gonna see what's gonna happen, right, bro? So before we get into our predictions, right, I think for this game, right, let's just call it what it is. It's likelihood is going to be City going to win the title, right? But let's get into predictions, right? So this will be our final prediction of the entire year.
Of the tournament, right?
Of the tournament, right? Last week, the predictions were, of course, Paul predicting 3-0 win for Arsenal to Everton. I predicted a 3-1 win to Arsenal Everton. Because Arsenal conceded a goal,
yep.
I get a point.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, right, like Paul predicted a 2-0 win to City. I predicted a 3-0 win to City.
So you win.
I win. I got 2,
Okay.
but I still lose in the end. So, because of the simple fact that the final score and the concluding points is
12-11, right? Is it? Or is it
11-13.
11-13.
11-13. I needed to get two
on the 2 correct ones, right?
Yeah. So the final score, after the predictions, right, it leads me to 11-13, right? I had to get both of the scorelines correct to even have a chance at winning Paul. So officially, I got one more game to do it.
You gotta pick the exact score, right?
I gotta pick the exact score, otherwise I'm out.
Yeah.
So it is
Your score has to be
11-13 with a $70 dinner on the line or a $70 gift given by the loser to the winner between the two of us. And in this game, the FA Cup final, I have to decide whether I want my cup to win or I want to go with the
you want to win the
score.
head-to-head.
Okay.
Okay, for the fun of it, right, I'll let you predict first.
Okay. First time I've ever got predicted first, right? My prediction, right? 2-1 City.
I was gonna predict that also. But I do believe yours is what, 2-1, right?
2-1. It's the same score.
Last year United City won 2-0.
City won 2-1.
Is it 2-1 or 2-0?
2-1. Bruno scored a penalty.
Okay.
I'll
predict 3-1, bro.
3-1 to Man City.
3-1, yeah.
Right. So the predictions is, of course, I predicted 2-1 to City. Paul predicts 3-1 to Manchester City. All right. So let's just look at whether these predictions will actually come true and who actually does come out the victor next week. So before we end this episode, bro, you got anything to add?
It's been a good season. I think after this Africa final, we will focus and head down for the Euros, right?
Yes. All right. Yes. All right. So that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. So that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you for watching the Futbol Kaki, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows here on the network, which of course include the Kopi Bros every Monday, involving the whole Chit podcast gang. We've been talking about some interesting topics recently, but I think last week was one of the more, heartfelt topics that we had, which is of course bullying. Bullying is not right, it's not fun. I think all of us have felt some form of bullying once in our lives. And some of us have actually done bullying also. So I do hope that this type of thing and this type of behavior actually ends. So I wasn't on the episode, but Paul, I think he was. So, and he has some insightful things to say, along with Jordan and me. So do keep a lookout for that particular episode. And then, of course, if you like game shows, we do have the SG Draft Podcast every Friday, involving both the Kopi Bros and the Futbol Kaki coming together to draft about different topics. Now, last week was, of course, the brand rivalries draft, right?
Yep.
The brand rivalries draft. There's a lot of interesting brands that have gone on throughout the years, right? They have a lot of historic things. I think some companies just have a lot of rivals. I don't know why. Particularly one product that is always dressed in silver and looks like a fruit. But we won't talk more about the episode. Just go to the SG Draft playlist and just watch that particular episode. Of course, you can find it there. So with that, we just want to say thank you to everybody for watching this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. If you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, please do so right here at the bottom and invite your friends to like and subscribe to this channel as well, so that we can grow and have more content out for you guys. So from everybody here at the Futbol Kaki and the Chit Podcast Network, from me and Paul, have a great week ahead. Look forward to the FA Cup final, even though everybody knows that Man City is going to win. We don't have a lot of hope as Man United fans, but we still have some form of hope. Yeah, so that's it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. From me and Paul, have a good week ahead. Bye-bye.